It's that time of year again at Knott's Berry Farm. Time to eat, drink, and be all things boysenberry at the 2022 Knott's Berry Farm Boysenberry Festival, which started on March 18th and goes all the way until April 24th. I'm going to take you on my day at the Boysenberry Festival and show you what it's like so you can better prepare for your visit. So if you've ever been to any of the festivals here at Knott's Berry Farm or any of the seasonal offerings, they always do some sort of special display at the front of the park that you can take photos in front of. And this is the current one this year for the Boysenberry Festival for 2022, and it looks amazing. They've actually done way better than previous years in my opinion. We got giant boysenberries. We got some purple like lavender trees with flowers over here. Some pies, farm animals. It's a really great display. A lot of people are taking pictures as soon as they walk in. Of course, you have the Boysenberry Festival signage on top. And the Knott's Tower over there. And then another thing, as soon as you walk in, you're going to be seeing the Boysenberry Festival tasting card stand that you can buy right here. It does come with a collectible lanyard. And I'm probably going to snag one of these today too, for sure. So I can use it throughout the festival. So I'm going to go ahead and get in line for that now. Alright guys, so I got my Boysenberry Festival tasting card. It was $45 plus tax, so about $3 something in tax, so like $48. Now, if you've ever been to like a Disney food festival before, this is really similar. You have 6 tasting tabs, which can be redeemed at any of the locations on the card. If you've ever been to a Knott's Berry Farm Boysenberry Festival in the past, or maybe even like a summer nights, they actually didn't allow you to buy things a la carte, and you had to have one of these cards in order to participate. But it seems like this time around they are letting you a la carte purchase different items, but they are kind of expensive, so you might be better off actually getting this. And make sure I would split it, because the items at Knott's are huge. So you can get this right when you walk in, which is where I got it. I waited about 5 minutes, but the line can get long there. The cast member or team member at the particular booth did say they sold these inside the gift shops as well. So if you encounter a long line, maybe go ahead and head there instead. But let's go ahead and get started. I gotta get these Boysenberry meatballs going because those are my favorite things. Also, one of the first things I want to head into is to Boysenberry Lane. Boysenberry Lane is where they're going to be having a lot of the different booths, but also they're going to be having the Boysenberry plants for sale, and that's usually something that only happens at the beginning of the festival, so we want to check that out. And we'll talk about that more when we get over there. So if you guys have ever been to Knott's Berry Farm on a regular day, you'd know that there's a fence right here stopping you from heading to the backstage areas. But if you've been to Knott's Scary Farm, you know that they opened this space back here for additional mazes and Scary Farm areas. So they've actually opened it this time for the Boysenberry Festival, and they call it Boysenberry Lane. So we're actually headed over there right now to check out the plant sale and also some of the booths they got going on back here. Wow, it is really nice back here, guys. Again, this is normally a backstage area. They've got a lot of extra seating over here. They even have the fire pits out from summer nights. Some additional shop vendors and craft fair people over here. We got some games for the kids so they can play for some stuffed animals. And then, of course, they're selling boysenberry plants over here, so I wanted to check that out. One of the main attractions or main events over here in Boysenberry Lane is, of course, the Boysenberry plant stand, where you can buy actual boysenberry plants and bring them home and grow your own boysenberries. They're $24.99 a piece this year, and this is an item that does sell out, you guys. So if you want to get one of these, make sure you get it at the beginning of the festival. They do restock them, but the team member at the store told us that typically after the first week there's not really any left, but maybe it's different this year, we don't know, so we'll have to keep an eye on that one. But how cool, bring home a boysenberry plant of your very own and grow your own boysenberries at home. Alright, so just across from the cart where they sell the boysenberry plants is booth A for the Boysenberry Festival. They do accept your tasting cards here, and this is where you get the world famous Boysenberry meatballs with some mashed potatoes on it. I got a pretty big mashed potato ratio to meatballs, but it's a huge portion. That's why I said I definitely recommend sharing your tasting card items. This location is also where they have the famous Boysenberry Pie Bar. This is one of the hot items at the festival that was highly recommended by all the different workers. So we're gonna try it out. Can't wait. The Boysenberry all beef meatballs are definitely 10 out of 10, can't miss. These were a fan favorite for many Boysenberry festivals and Knott's events in general, and they took them away. So it's the first time we've had them back in quite a while, actually. So mashed potatoes are pretty good. They're kind of like a red skinned potato, mashed potato. And then the meatballs are awesome as usual. Of course, the highlight for the meatballs is really the Boysenberry barbecue sauce. So that's kind of what brings it all together. But 10 out of 10. Definitely recommend get this one. And you could probably share it. By the booth over here, they have a photo opportunity and some more fire pits, actually. This is the Lucky Boysenberry Mine number 17. And this looks like a perfect photo opportunity for Whittles, but I'm not sure if Whittles comes back here. But there's a lot of space over here. And again, this is normally where you go for Knott's Scary Farm. You'd head over here for like Waxworks and then continue on straight ahead for other mazes like, Paranormal Inc. you see back there and Dark Entity, stuff like that. So it's kind of unique being back here when it's not Scary Farm. So, but we're going to check out some of the stuff on our way out. I definitely need to come back here later and get the pie bar. But I'm trying to be strategic with my tasting card because again, the tasting card was $45 plus tax, ends up being about $48. So you're going to want to use the tasting card on items that are at least $8 or more, so that you get your money's worth. The a la carte items are pretty expensive, but I'd probably say not to use it on dessert items because you're just not going to get your money's worth as far as that $8 price pack. So this game was actually pretty fun. It is a guaranteed win, so it's great for kids. This is the large prize. I got the little small prize here, and I know exactly who I'm going to give this to. This is going to Kitra for Ordinary Adventures. Make her feel a little better, sitting at home recovering. But this is really fun. It's $6 for the fun size, $12 for the animals, and then $15 for the large size. And the small and the medium size are actually Squishmallow branded. So they're like not a kind of knockoff prize. They're actually name brand prize. So keep that in mind. And this is an official Boysenberry. So like we mentioned when we were first walking through here, over here in Boysenberry Lane, you got some of the craft fair booths set up, including some like things like beef jerky. They've got some handmade cups over there and some tiki items. Additional seating over here, of course. They got bathrooms back here. So, and this is just behind Ghost Rider, guys, past the Wagon Wheel Pizza location. There is a booth back here that has a lot of different items. It is booth A, so definitely start your Boysenberry Festival adventure back here and then make your way onto the rest, because this is not a really beaten path back here, so people don't think to come back here. So I felt like it was great. I mean, I got here an hour after park opening and didn't really have a wait at all. So now we're headed back into the crowdedness of the main park. Okay, so just off the main street, of course, we have the Gold Trails Hotel Mercantile store, and this is a location you can get tasting cards at. So if that line's really crazy at the front of the park, just come in here, get your tasting card. But this is also Boysenberry Festival Merchandise Central, so make sure to head in here as well too, see what they got going on. So we've got the official Boysenberry Festival Spirit jersey this year, and the price is $69.99. So the front has like a glittery kind of Knott's Berry Farm logo with the Boysenberry on it, and then the back says Boysenberry Festival. And then, of course, the Knott's Preserved History book. This is an awesome book for those that hadn't seen it or read it yet. It's really awesome. If you can come to Knott's Berry Farm, I still highly recommend it. You can get this book on Amazon. And it was created for Knott's 100th anniversary. And it's a really, really interesting read about the history of Knott's. You can see the pin pack here for the Boysenberry Festival. And the pin pack is $29.99. They got visors, they got a hydro flask there, souvenir sipper, and they have some Knott's Berry Farm Boysenberry colored merch, and then also some 100th anniversary merch still sticking by, which is great. And of course, they have some of the traditional Boysenberry flavored food items. You can get like the gummies and the popcorn, chocolate bar, things like that. And then something they introduced for the 100th anniversary, they have a whole line of spa and toiletry products that are scented to Boysenberry, including like a shampoo, conditioner, all that kind of stuff. They do serve some of this or use some of this over at the hotels as well. Some essential oils. Lots of things over here. Over in the Mercantile shop, right when you first walk into the main street of Ghost Town. So come check it out for sure. This is a definite spot during the Boysenberry Festival. Oh, I wanted to see the shirt over here. So this one says Knott's Berry Farm Boysenberry Festival. It has Snoopy on it. And then this is the zip-up jacket that a lot of people were getting as well too. This is a women's cut jacket. Nothing on the back. And they also have a gray one as well too. All right, but let's keep checking out some of the other things in the festival. I want to check out some of the craft fair booths, as well as obviously taste some more Boysenberry items. All right, so the main street has come alive with some of the craft fair, just like you see around Christmas time too for Knott's Berry Farm. But they've got some additional booths this year for the Boysenberry Festival. Lots of food items as well as craft items for sale. Definitely love the vibes in Ghost Town. It's the best part of Knott's Berry Farm. If you haven't come to Knott's Berry Farm before and visiting for the Boysenberry Festival will be your first time, definitely got to check out all the different alleyways and shops and just spend some extra time kind of perusing around Ghost Town, because you'll really fall in love with this place. Lots to eat here too. And of course, just to show you guys, everything that has the Boysenberry Festival sign with like a number or a letter next to it, that's going to be a location that's participating with the tasting card. So keep that in mind as you're walking through, and maybe you aren't familiar with Knott's Berry Farm's locations. When you see that sign, you know you can use your tasting card there. I wanted to make a quick mention over here. Fireman's Brigade Barbecue is one of the most popular places at Knott's Berry Farm just in general. You can do your meal plan here if you have the season pass meal plan, but Fireman's Brigade Barbecue is not participating in the Boysenberry Festival. There are no Boysenberry Festival items there, so you cannot use your tasting card there. You can only use your dining plan if you have a season pass, or also just buying regular items. But you still can get your ribs, your chicken, your corn on the cob, but they do not have the Boysenberry elote here like they have in years past. So just if you see that line, don't wait in it unless you specifically want to get Boysenberry stuff, or if you specifically want to use your pass food plan, excuse me. But let's continue on through the craft fair area and check out what they have. They do have the guy over here carving some creations, normally a mainstay here at Knott's Berry Farm. Let's see what he's carving today. And somehow he can turn that into this. I don't know how you could ever do that with a chainsaw, but it takes a special talent. Looks like he's creating another one of those little bears. And over here at Cordelia's Pie Kitchen, you can actually do Boysenberry cookie decorating. This is not something you can use your tab for. It is $5, but you do get a box of cookies that you can decorate with icing and all the fixins. And you come in here with your kids and do some cookie decorating. Check it out. All right, so over here in the Wilderness Dance Hall, they actually have all the beer and wine tasting set up for the Boysenberry Festival. You can actually buy a small tasting glass that has Knott's Boysenberry Festival on it, and it's $25, and you can get 5 different sample tastings. They fill up that cup at 5 different stations all across the Wilderness Dance Hall here. You can also buy individual glasses of whatever alcohol you'd like, but if you want to do the tasting route, it's only $25 for that glass, and you get 5 tastings in it. Not bad. So over here at the Wilderness Broiler, they actually have an open-faced donut chicken sandwich, and this is a jelly-filled donut with boysenberry jelly inside. There is some arugula, some bacon jam, and of course your breaded chicken. And this is one of the tasting tabs you can use over here. Again, that's at Wilderness Broiler. It's right across, for those of you that don't know, from the Calico River Rapids attraction. And then of course, you have Pony Express over there. But let's go ahead and try this out. So here's a good cross section for you guys. You have your bacon jelly on top, right underneath it, the arugula, the chicken, and then the jelly-filled donut with boysenberry jam. You can see the little boysenberry chunks in there. We'll have to see how this works. I won't be the one trying this, but I'll let you know what the group says. All right, so the open-faced donut sandwich is gonna be a recommend and maybe a not recommend. So apparently the arugula is a little too peppery, too bitter, too strong for this particular sandwich. So maybe try it without the arugula on top. Just kind of take it all off if you're getting it. There were some people asking for a dollop of like boysenberry jam on top of theirs, but it didn't come that way. So maybe that would give it a little bit more flavor, texture. This is, I guess everyone said it was good, but maybe not with the arugula. So you guys can decide on this one whether or not you want to use your tab on it. I mean, I think the boysenberry filled donut would be good by itself. So maybe worth trying. It's unique enough to where Knott's doesn't have something like this. So I would say recommend, but only if you're going to share it. All right, so over here at Charleston Circle and Memory Lane, Cordy's Corner, which is normally the headquarters for like the tribute store or the art corner where they feature all the different artists who make artwork for Knott's different festival events, is actually still under its refurbishment. So they actually had to move the tribute art location over to the factory store, which is at the exit of their new attraction, Berry Tales. So if you're looking for the art exhibits that you've seen, talked about online, come back here, and it's actually along the whole back wall. All the featured artists this year. Not as big as it normally is at Cordy's Corner, but it's still great that they decided to include it this year. They also have prints of all the different art that you see on the back wall. So if you like the original, but maybe can't afford how expensive some of those are, you can get a print of all of them as well over here. And there's a really great one here by Sam Carter on Twitter. Such an awesome artist. Look at this map. This is like such a cool map of Knott's Berry Farm. If they made this on a shirt, I would totally get it. Either way, what an awesome print. And we're taking a look at some of the artwork here. Look at this Mystery Lodge shadow box. How cool is that? I missed this show. I want them to bring it back. The original actually already sold for $500, but they do make prints of this as well. They got Catawampus over here. They have the saloon. Berry Tales, Ghost Rider, oh, Kingdom of the Dinosaurs right there, former Berry Tales. Yes, I talked about this one over there. This is from Sam Carter. He's on Twitter. Go follow him if you don't already. He's an excellent artist. The original is $400, but you can get prints for $30. We got another sold print over here for the Calico Mine Ride. We have the Knott radio, which has been really popular during these festival events. Got its own artwork over here. We got artwork of Whittles in Main Street, Ghost Town. And of course, the Gallop and Goose, if you've ever seen this on the train track, only comes out a few times at Knott's Berry Farm. More of the Catawampus. Some Boysenberry Festival foods here, like the elote and the donut sandwich. Fun. Oh, there's Jaguar too. Classic attraction over here. And again, this is at the back of the studio store, which is the exit of the Berry Tales attraction. So all the Berry Tales merchandise is in here, as well as the artwork. And like I mentioned, at the front of the store, you can also get the prints of the different pieces at the back of the store. So if you like any of the ones you saw, you can get prints of them at the front. The Boysenberry barbecue chicken pizza over from Wagon Wheel Pizza. This is just off Boysenberry Lane, back over there at the Wagon Wheel Pizza. You can see the big line over there. This is a tab as well, and it can be a la carte if you want to. And this is one of the pizza offerings they have there, but this is exclusive to the festival. So we're going to try that next. So I tried this one, and this is a huge recommend for me. Noah said we've had it in the past. I don't remember it specifically being this way, but it's good nonetheless. I do remember we had like a carne asada boysenberry pizza before, but boysenberry chicken pizza, barbecue chicken pizza was really, really good. And this is a top recommend for me. Definitely use your tab on one of these because their pizza slices are kind of expensive at Knott. So definitely use it here. All right, so next up is the famous Boysenberry Pie Bar. This is a twist on boysenberry pie in the shape of kind of like a lemon bar. It's got all the crumbles on top. And again, this is over here in Boysenberry Lane where we got the Boysenberry Meatballs this morning. But this is one of the highly rated items from almost everyone that came. So I'm excited to try this one and see what it's like. All right, so I'm here with Mouse Vibes. They're going to try... I'm going to have Ashley try it first. I'm going to have Nick try it second. I'll try it last. So we'll give you our thoughts and see if it's worth it. All the hype.
Yes. This was actually everybody's fan favorite at the preview. And all of the chefs and everyone that you asked, they were like, this is what you need to get. And I agree with them. This is amazing. It's so good.
So you give it a 5 out of 5 then?
Definitely 5 out of 5. This is bomb. I just wish they had some ice cream. I feel like it'd be good with ice cream, but it's good as is.
Ooh, like a la mode.
Yeah.
Hey.
So good. Oh, good.
Next up is Nick.
That is so good. Classic boysenberry with a little twist. It's a cookie.
So like, is it a lot like the pie or no?
No, I think the consistency is different. The bottom of it definitely has that nice crust to it, but the top doesn't taste like a normal cookie. I'd give that 5 though. That's so good.
All right, so 2 5 out of 5 so far. It's so good. I mean, everyone loves Knott's boysenberry pie. It's weird. It does have a different consistency than pie. The bar on the bottom kind of really makes it taste like a lemon bar, you know what I mean? But it has the crumbly on top for the pie. I love this stuff. This is definitely a recommend for me. Use your tab on it, buy it separately, whatever you want to do. I know it's probably not $8, so it doesn't maybe add up to the amount, but if you've gotten through all your tabs and you just want to get that last piece of dessert, I'd recommend using this for sure. If you guys have young kids and are heading over to Camp Snoopy, they've actually decorated the whole land to Easter for the Boysenberry Festival. Springtime Easter. They got Easter eggs everywhere. They've got lights. They have flowers. They got bunnies. They have Snoopy. They used to have Snoopy dressed as a bunny, but now he's got kind of like a Boysenberry vest on. And he is meeting people back here in Camp Snoopy. But there's a lot of photo opportunities back here. And, of course, all the attractions for kids. It's a really busy day here today on a Saturday. Knott's on the weekend is always really, really packed. But over here is where they have a lot of the decorations. And as you can see, all the lights in the tree that haven't been turned on yet. So if you come back at night, I'm sure it's going to look a lot better. But check out all the decorations they got going on. This is always a really cool spot of Camp Snoopy that not a lot of people come over and enjoy. It's like a very picturesque area of Knott's Berry Farm. Just tucked away back here in little old Camp Snoopy. In the Boardwalk Ballroom, they actually have a totally tubular 80s dance party, which I've heard is really, really good. It starts at 6:30. We're going to head right on in. Knott's also has a tradition of changing the color of Supreme Scream for different festivals. And of course, for the Boysenberry Festival, it is lit up in purple. Normally we see like a green or a red for Scary Farm. But of course, for Boysenberry Festival, it's lit up purple. That wraps up my day here at the Boysenberry Festival 2022, leaving you back here with the show of Snoopy's Boysenberry Jamboree. Our showing for the first time was at 7 o'clock, but this does change and may not be offered every day of the week, so check the app on the days that you're going if entertainment's a big deal for you. But thanks so much for watching, guys. If you haven't already, please hit the like button on this video. Leave a comment below about something you're excited about for the Boysenberry Festival this year. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. There's a lot more content coming. But thank you so much again for watching, and we'll see you next time.